Hello and welcome to Taking You to School with Dr. Tom Prichard. I'm your host, JP John Paz from the Two Man Power Trip. Of course, joining me, the star of the show, the former WWE World Tag Team Champion, one of the greatest trainers ever in the history of the business, the Doctor of Desire himself, Dr. Tom Prichard. How you doing today, sir?
John, I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good. Can't complain. What's going on in the world of the JPWA?
Well, again, it's Wednesday night, so we do a lot of promos on Wednesday night, and everybody's coming along just fine.
This is an interesting comment here. I'm not sure what it means, but it says Geir ez Zien Joel Vagi Zuber. So that's from Zabrina.
All
Sounds like
right,
possibly
Sabrina.
Russian. Is it Russian, maybe?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
translate it for us.
Yeah, somebody's got to do that. Ibsen, the world's best trainer in the building.
All right, Ibsen.
Do you agree? World's best
Sure.
trainer. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Modern day cowboy himself, Mitch Miller.
Good evening,
Mitch.
Mitch.
The legend himself. Hello, gentlemen, from the King
I
of
don't know what
Kingsport,
he's
Bo
talking about.
Rodney.
There's no gentleman on this thing.
He is definitely a gentleman, though. Bo is definitely a gentleman. ATF Media. Here's got a question for you right off the top. Do you think Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin, benefited from having universal health care in Canada? The U.S. is the only industrialized country not to have it. Hmm.
Well, I don't know how Ronnie, if he benefited from the universal health care in Canada or not. I think he might have liked it better over here. That's probably why he stayed over here.
That is so interesting that I never knew that before until 1997 when Bret Hart mentioned that they had universal health care in Canada. I had no idea.
I had no idea either.
Bret mentioned, remember that great anti-USA, pro-Canada, promos that he had, but he always mentioned how Canada cared about their sick and they cared about their elderly.
I think Brett was a heel over here, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there you go.
The United States crowd did not like it.
Nope.
And I believe, I don't know if you're a big fan of Pittsburgh or not, but I believe he said Pittsburgh was the toilet bowl of America. I believe that was the correct thing he said about Pittsburgh.
Brett said that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not a
Hmm.
fan. Not a fan of Pittsburgh.
Well, I haven't spent enough time in Pittsburgh to determine that, I guess.
Bo is saying Ronnie Garvin has been an American citizen for over 40 years.
See, if he liked it better in Canada, he would have stayed in Canada.
That's crazy, 40-year citizen. But then you think about it, Ronnie's what, 70 something, 73?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's older than you think he might be.
Yeah, Ronnie's been here for a while, too. So, yeah.
I wonder if Bo's ever wrestled Ronnie Garvin. Have you ever thought about that?
I think he has.
Have you wrestled Ronnie Garvin?
Nope.
Wow. You're lucky you didn't get to feel those chops. Oof.
Well, I've been chopped before. It's all right.
Not by the hand of stone, though.
That's true.
Yep.
I've been chopped by Danny Davis in pretty much the same way.
Our healthcare system sucks, says Mitch. I tend to agree with that. Not that great.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you need to fix.
From Barbara, hello, Dr. Tom. So good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You too, John. Yes, Barbara. I hope you're having a great week.
Barbara, everybody's doing great. Yeah.
ATF, very quickly here. Brett said the U.S. needs an enema and the tube should be stuck in Pittsburgh. There you go. There you go. He later retracted that and said it should be stuck in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well,
Ouch.
Brett should know.
I know a couple of people in Pittsburgh, and they did not like that comment. I know that. They were not very happy that Pittsburgh was referred to in that manner.
Well, did they move?
No, they still live there.
Oh, okay.
Scorch. Hello, gentlemen. Again, gentlemen. The word on the street is that Linda McMahon could be the next Secretary of Commerce in Donald Trump's cabinet.
Hmm.
I've heard that as well.
Tremendous. Well, good for her, I guess.
I saw a picture of her with Trump recently. Something's going on there.
Hmm.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. He's getting everything together. He's getting all his cabinet members together. It seems like he's really rocking and rolling. Seems like this time he's really got a good plan of who he was putting in place. And obviously Linda was a part of the small business council last time. So she's getting a bump here. She's getting a push.
Good for her.
Is Linda your favorite McMahon?
No, Shane's my favorite man.
Oh, Shane. That's right. That's right. In order, would it be Shane, Linda, Vince, Stephanie, or what would the order be?
John, I don't think I have an order. I think Shane's just my favorite man.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magazine, Dr. Tom, I think Jake Hager went overboard calling Tony Khan a communist. I don't think that was a smart move.
I didn't know Jake called Tony Khan a communist. Why did he call him a communist?
He said that he wasn't booking him and he didn't resign him. He's a communist. He doesn't like this. He doesn't like that. Yeah, he was pretty good, poignant. I think he deleted the tweets, but he was pretty crazy on Twitter the other day. He was not happy with Tony Khan.
Well, I don't know that that makes him a communist or not, though.
And he's very pro-Trump, and he was booked for this league called Blitzkrieg Pro, and I guess they're very liberal, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. Like it canceled the booking. They said the sponsor basically wanted him off the booking because of all the pro right-wing stuff that he was saying. And then they put out a tweet, if you don't like it, we're probably not for you, which means I guess that they were more liberal. But I could see them getting rid of him on the show if the sponsor didn't want him. But weird to alienate some of your fans, though.
Yeah. That'd be kind of weird. That'd be kind of stupid.
So you didn't catch any of the Jake Hager stuff? Yeah, it was interesting.
No, I haven't.
His former employee, his former boss, is he called a communist? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not very smart.
Good evening to Phil. Hello. Happy to be an American and happy to be here. Yes.
Outstanding, Phil.
Sounds like Lee Greenwood a little bit there. He's happy to be an American. ATF says Linda McMahon is also hosting a conference with Melania Trump called How to Look the Other Way at Your Husband's Deviant Behavior. That's in quotes, by the way.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, that'll be very helpful for Melania.
Linda, I don't think that's her husband anymore. I don't know. Something's going on with Linda and Vince. I know she still has that last name, but it feels like they haven't been together. And according to Bruce, I believe, said it. They hadn't been together for a decade. I believe it was Bruce. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but somebody had said they hadn't been together for a long time, Linda and Vince.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe for Linda, yeah.
Mm.
If your number one trainer who follows you as number 2 and number 3, I believe Prince Albert should be on that list.
I'll put Prince Albert on that list. I will. I'll put Matt Bloom on that list. Norman Smiley, definitely a good trainer. Either one of those guys could take the number 1 spot.
What about all time? Would you put like Vern Gagne, Eddie Sharkey?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess Vern Gagne, because Vern probably trained most guys.
Got up there, got to be. Or Stu.
Yeah.
Stu Hart.
Danny Davis was a pretty good trainer.
Stu Hart, too.
Stu Hart, Rip Rogers. Yeah.
But you're better than them all. And we're all talking about number 2, right? Like 2 and beyond?
Of course.
Yes. Speaking of this, and perfect that Ibsen mentioned this because I was mentioning this to you before off air, the Insane Clown Posse. You trained with the Insane Clown Posse. I did not know that.
Well, how would you know that?
Well, I guess because Violent J said it in an interview, but
right. That's the only way you would know it.
Right.
If you happen to go to the interview and Violent J said.
So how did that come about? How did you train with them or train them?
I was in Stanford when they started working the oddities gimmick and did that. So they wanted to come in and get in the ring. They did.
Did you know they were wrestlers beforehand or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay, so you knew their background.
Right.
What did you think about them? Did you think like, oh, these guys are crazy, or did you like them?
Well, they were crazy, but it was a good kind of crazy. but they knew their way around the ring for the most part. For an indie, couple indie guys uh, going out and having fun on the weekends or whatever they were doing. Now, I mean, they have a whole. How many gimmicks do they do with that? The Juggalo.
Yeah, a lot, and they have their own a little TV show that they're doing now too, like
Yeah,
separately.
yeah. So they're doing pretty good.
I love that when they originally brought them in, they just brought them in to do the theme song for the oddities, and they go, "You know, we're wrestlers, right?" And they're like, "We're sending you to Dr. Tom." Like as soon as they found out, they sent them to you.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
pretty cool. Sure.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, a lot of faith in them and a lot of faith in you.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. There you go. Little ICP reference there. I love it.
There you go.
Question here from the modern day cowboy. He says, "What
Fit
about Fit
finally.
Finley?" Yes, but
Fit finally.
or Fit Finley. What about him as
Or Fit. Yeah, I
one
think
of the good
Fit's a
trainers?
great. Fit's a great trainer too.
Craig, by the way, going back to Tony Khan, he's saying Tony Khan's a good dude. He sent money to Dutch Mantel's GoFundMe, even though Dutch has criticized his booking. Yes, we were talking about this last week. Tony Khan, five grand to Dutch.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Tony, very good hearted man.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean that's it's good. There's people like that out there. I'm glad he's one of.
Glad he didn't take the dig about his booking too bad. You know what I mean? Like that could have been
Well,
bad.
some people take things a little too personal every now and then.
Yeah. Phil is saying Killer Kowalski.
Yeah, Kowalski had a pretty good school for a while.
Who was the better trainer, Killer Kowalski or Dominic DeNucci?
I don't know how Dominic taught. I know Dominic broke in Shane Douglas and Nick and
Yep.
who else? Some other guys. But I really don't know the difference. I mean, I think they were both probably old school and had similar techniques.
Why wasn't Hulk Hogan made the Minister of Defense?
I think it's because he lost his Fernum in the Durnham and it was snabified.
I heard he might be a part of the like the health commission with RFK, that he might be brought on board.
well, good for him.
Well, if anybody knows something about staying in shape, you know, it's a 72-year-old jacked guy. You know what I mean? Like he knows how to stay in shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
And RFK, I mean, he's no slouch. He looks pretty good too.
It was great.
Yeah. Especially compared to what they have now. Holy moly. Jeez. It's like complete polar opposites. It's like, yeah, I'll listen to this guy, RFK. He knows how to, you know, talk and stay in shape and talk about health.
Well, it's all about persuasion anyway. So
Yeah.
somebody's got to persuade him to stay in shape.
From Dell Mountain, good evening. Kevin Nash just had to cancel an appearance at the Maryland Championship Wrestling event due to severe neck pain. He apologized for the cancellation. I hope he recovers soon.
Well, I do too.
Yeah, I heard he's got I think it's several herniated discs going on. So he's got a lot of pain.
Wow.
Roger F. Sorry I'm late. Favorite wrestling podcast. Glad to be here with you guys. Look at that. Roger F. And we know we love that picture.
That's a great picture.
Alpha was a great trainer. He should be in the top 5. Where do you put Alpha?
Well, once again, I think it's all a matter of how he explained things. And I think Alpha was a pretty good trainer. He trained me in Japan. I was on my first trip to Japan with Alpha and Sika. He took care of me pretty good.
I love that you're over there with those guys. That's probably a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Mitch says his autocorrect was on. That's why I went from Finley to finally.
Ah, okay. That's all right. I knew what you meant.
Roger says, bingo, bingo, bango. Bobby Beaumont, Dr. Tom, when you were in OVW, did Kenny Bolin ever try to scam you?
No, Kenny pretty much stayed away from me as far as the scams went. But I liked Kenny. Kenny was just full of shit and could be entertaining if you know Kenny Bolin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very well.
Okay. Then you know Kenny. He means well. I'm sure he means well.
It sounds like I might be wrong here. Sounds like Bobby Beaumont might have a personal issue here. You know what I mean with Kenny.
Well, I can understand that too.
He said Bolin said that he will not donate to Dutch because he takes care of many people as it is.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
there
ain't
you
right.
have it then.
I don't know. That ain't right. Come on, Kenny.
Hmm.
Come on. Who's he taking care of? Somebody in the Philippines? What's he doing?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Kenny in a long time.
From Phil, what do you guys like in Tyson versus Paul? Jake Paul.
You know, uh, I'm gonna be very interested in watching this fight because they got to go at least. How many rounds is it?
Isn't it only 8 rounds? And isn't it only 2 minute rounds?
Yeah, it's not a whole lot, but I mean they've got to go at least 7 rounds. And if it's 8,
Who are you picking?
well, I think they might give it to Paul on a decision, but I'd like to see Tyson knock him out.
I think a lot of people would like to see Tyson knock him out. I don't know if he
Yeah,
will.
no, I don't know if he will either, but I'd like to see it because but I think they might give it to Paul on a decision.
30-year difference in age between them, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and however much money's on the line.
That's it too. Ton of money in this fight. Crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
So,
believe Jake is getting more money. I think he's getting the bigger purse for this fight.
well, he might, but so how do they want it to end? That's,
That's the question. And will it be a work shoot or will it be a legit fight?
I don't know if I've ever seen a legit fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never know. With all
Well,
that
that's
money
what I
on the
mean.
line
I
now?
don't know. I don't know if I've
Yeah.
ever seen a legit fight.
Right, right,
So,
right. Um, it's tough. I guess Paul probably is going to win this one, but I don't know. I'd like to see Tyson win. That would be amazing. A little throw back the clock there, a little nostalgia.
yeah, but then what do you do with Jake Paul?
Yeah,
If
then he's
Tyson knocks
done.
him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then he's done. Yeah. So he's kind of has to win. Yeah. I agree. I agree. From Barber, I believe Hiro Matsuda broke Hulk Hogan's leg, so he wouldn't necessarily be a good trainer.
No, he wouldn't necessarily be a good trainer, but that's the way they did it back then. They try to discourage guys, and if you came back, then they might take mercy on you. But yeah, I don't think any trainer that goes and takes advantage of a guy like that is a very good trainer.
Thank God Hogan came back. Imagine the wrestling landscape without Hogan.
Yeah.
Crazy. You could dare say, would there ever be a Vince McMahon without Hulk Hogan? So very kind of up in the air.
Well, we'll never find out.
Nope. By the way, Alpha and Sika, Mitch is thrown out there as far as both being good trainers.
Yeah, I agree.
Your favorite, Matty R, said Hogan and RFK. Now there is a tag team.
That'll be interesting if it does happen.
Scorch, I like the 5-man teams at Survivor Series. I wasn't happy when the 4-man tag replaced the original format. What do you like more for the Survivor Series? 4-man teams or 5-man teams?
I like the 5-man teams. You know, I think it added more to it.
It seemed like this year, obviously it's just War Games and it's just the main event. It seemed like it was going to be 4-on-4, but now they said it is going to be 5-on-5 and that both bloodlines need to find partners there. So as of right now, it's Roman, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn with a mystery partner for the 5th guy, and then obviously Solo, Jacob, Tama, and Taga with a mystery guy as the 5th guy. So
Any clues who they are?
not sure, but they both asked Seth Rollins to be a part of the team.
Hmm. Well,
He
Seth has
said
a
no.
history.
He said no, though, to both.
Wow.
And then Roman's team asked Braun Breaker if he wanted to be on it. So that's kind of up in the air.
So did Brian Breaker say no too?
he's going to talk about it or he's going to think about it. So it's possible.
Hmm.
And then there was a clip of Rey Mysterio even talking to one of the Usos. So even his name was kind of thrown out there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure who's going to be Solo's team. It would be cool if it was The Rock, but I don't know if The Rock is around or if he's wrestling.
Where would The Rock be? Making a movie?
Could be, or in Germany again to promote a movie. I mean, because he's got that Christmas movie Red One coming out. I
Right.
know he's doing a lot of promotion for it.
Yeah. Well,
He's been in New York City too, promoting that movie, and even went through New Jersey. He was hanging out at the Clifton, New Jersey Target, promoting his skincare line.
he has a skincare line now?
Papa Tui, yeah.
Outstanding.
Imagine that you're shopping in the store, right? There's no he does this all the time to random targets because they have a big display of his stuff in the store. He just randomly shows up and starts walking around, and the people go nuts.
Yeah. I
Some
could see
woman
it.
was literally crying, and she couldn't like get the words out of her mouth. He goes, "You want me to take a selfie?" And she's like, "Yeah." So he takes the camera and he does the selfie. But I was like, "Wow!" She like couldn't even like speak. She could like it was in shock. Like, what is The Rock doing here? Oh my god! So hey,
Yeah.
if you're ever in Target anywhere, because he's done this in other places too, he might just show up.
Yeah. That'd be great.
But I wish he's the fifth member on Solo's team. I'm hoping. I don't know about that, but I'm just hoping.
Well, keep hoping.
Why did you think your match never clicked in the Boston Garden Survivor Series against the Rock and Roll Express?
Well, because we brought a Southern style match on up to Boston Garden, people said we don't believe we like this kind of shit. And that's why we just we had all these spots we thought was going to be great. And it just I don't think it clicked.
Do you find it interesting at that Survivor Series in 1993 that there's the Smoky Mountain Tag Team title match? Like, did you find that was strange?
I don't know if it was strange. It was different. They let us defend times on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
very
I just
different.
don't think anybody cared.
No.
Yeah,
It didn't seem like it, although it was pretty cool, and definitely looking back, it's awesome. It's like, wow, Smoky Mountain tag titles were defended on TV. Rock and Roll Express, Heavenly Bodies. It was just that the crowd, for whatever reason, not too into the Southern Wrestling tag
no,
match.
they weren't into Southern wrestling at all. Learned a hard lesson that night. I don't know if we learned the lesson or not, but we found out.
Roger said that awesome picture of his. That's from his kindergarten daughter. She made that picture for Father's Day. It was part of his school project.
Very nice picture.
I love that picture. It actually reminds me of somebody from South Park a little bit, but I love that, and I love South Park, but I love that picture.
What is up on his nose?
Is that a beard? I thought
Is
it was
that
a
a beard?
beard. I thought it was a
Okay.
beard. Yeah, unless it's maybe it's a long. Oh no, it could be a long tongue. He'll let us know. Roger will let us know.
Okay.
It's hard to see. It's very small on my screen, but it's hard to see. Magazine says one common pre-Survivor Series trope was for two of the competitors to have a one-on-one match. Then the rest of the heels Survivor Series team would interfere, and the opposing team arrived at ringside. Are you a fan of that trope? That seemed to be overdone for quite a while. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
They just did it too much. It was like
Yeah.
they kind of went to that well a little too often.
Yeah. So maybe it's time to change.
Did you know before you were Zip, you teamed with Skip at the 1995 Survivor Series with the 1-2-3 Kid? What are your memories of that night?
That was a night I just came back and I was by myself. I think Del Rey had already left.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was not a memorable match, that's for sure.
Get this team. The Body Donnas, really kind of before the Body Donnas were formed. Skip, Rad Radford, the 1-2-3 Kid, and just good old Tom Prichard defeated the underdogs, Barry Horowitz, Bob Holly, Hakushi, and Marty Jannetty. Landover, Maryland, 19-minute match there. What do you
Wow.
think? What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a very memorable match.
But Ibsen's right. That's the precursor to putting the body Donnas together. They probably said, "Wow, look at these guys, Candido and
I
Pritchard.
can
These
almost
guys are working."
guarantee you that's not what they said. But if you want to go ahead and think that, yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So no positive memories from that match.
No.
Yay, Bo is back. Where do trainers like Rick Connors, Buddy Wayne, Hiro Matsuda, Nelson Royal fall in this discussion of great trainers?
Well, I think they all have a place. Then Rick Connors trained all the guys around Knoxville. Buddy Wayne trained the guys around Memphis, and Hiro Matsuda trained the guys in Florida. We already talked about Hiro just because he sometimes was a hard nosed shooting kind of champion, and Nelson Royal trained the guys in the Carolinas. So I think there's all room for those guys.
Interesting list there, though. It's a pretty good list. Maybe even some guys people forget about or don't even talk about, like Rick Connors, like you said, Tennessee area. Buddy Wayne, his son is in AEW. Speaking about AEW,
Is Buddy Wayne still in AEW?
yeah, Nick Wayne.
Oh, that's the Buddy Wayne from Northwest then you're talking about.
I believe that's who he's referring to there, right? Do I have the
Uh,
right Wayne?
maybe. But I thought you were talking about the old school Buddy Wayne, Ken Wayne's dad
Oh, okay.
in Memphis.
Is Ken Wayne still alive, by the way?
I think so.
Hmm. He wasn't a part of that Memphis Hall of Fame thing?
That would be a no. No.
Ouch, he got screwed. Is RFK Jr. dressed up like Brother Love for if RFK Jr. dressed up like Brother Love for Halloween, he wouldn't need any red face paint.
Okay.
Are you rooting for Tyson? Because Phil is definitely rooting for Tyson.
Well, I'd like to see a great finish, but I think we're going to see a decision with Jake Paul. But I am rooting for Tyson. I'd like to see something happen that's not supposed to happen.
Me too. Dell says during the pre-Survivor Series brawls, I like how Gorilla Monsoon would say, "It looks like the Survivor Series is coming a few days early."
Well,
Pumping it up.
Monsoon know how to hype it up. Yeah, you know how
Love
to
it.
hype it up.
He was the best.
Yeah.
Did you like teaming with the $1 million Corporation at Survivor Series 94 in San Antonio? Any memories stick out?
Yeah, that was a little bit better match. I think I got squashed the first time out with Mabel, hit her with a crossbody. But yeah, it was fun.
Do love the $1 million team. It's Bam Bam, Jimmy Del Rey, obviously, King Kong Bundy, Tatanka, yourself, defeating the Guts and Glory team of Adam Bomb, Bart Gunn, Billy Gunn, Mabel, and Lex Luger. 23 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That
There you have it.
your team is pretty damn good if you think about it. Because Bam Bam and Bundy, that's a pretty cool like duo to put together.
Yeah.
And then obviously you and Del Rey, great team, and then throw into Tonka. That's not a bad team at all.
No, I didn't think so.
And put them up against the Body Donnas. It's a way better team.
Put him up against the Body Donnas.
Yeah, the Body Donna team with Rad Radford, 1, 2, 3 Kid. Like I feel like
That one.
yeah, the '94 team's a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back to Kenny Bolin just for a second here. Bobby Beaumont says Kenny apparently takes care of an entire Filipino orphanage. I don't like. He says he doesn't like Kenny because he scammed his friend Dustin.
I believe it.
I
But I
want to
didn't know
hear.
I didn't know he's taking care of an entire Filipino orphanage.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't know that. That's mighty,
Yeah.
noble of him. Yeah. Now Bobby's got to tell us the rest of the story about what happened with Dustin.
Hmm.
Did Jimmy Del Rey like the Survivor Series concept, just standing out there and waiting to wrestle?
I don't know if Jimmy liked that or not.
Did you like how you kind of could just be sitting at ringside, on the apron, just kind of waiting for a while?
Well, you had to do that sometimes in tag matches too, so it wasn't anything different.
Modern day Cowboy wants Rikishi and Haku possibly to be a part of the Bloodline versus Bloodline. Hey, I would love it.
Yeah, I would too.
Put Rikishi obviously with the baby faces, put Haku with the heels with his sons, and obviously Rikishi with his sons. That would be great.
Yeah,
I kind of been waiting for them to bring in Rikishi, Haku. I mean, obviously Barbarian, you could say loosely related. I mean, I'm just waiting for these other guys to come out. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, you can't do Alpha and Seek anymore, but
right.
it would
Well,
be cool to
yeah,
bring in the old
it'd
guys.
be cool. We'll have to wait and see.
It's interesting. This is from Scorch. Interesting to me that Ronda Rousey had to retire from MMA due to concussions, but Mike Tyson, who's been hit in the head thousands of more times, is still able to fight.
Hmm. Well, I think Mike was hit with gloves, and Ronda maybe. I don't know. They
Is
just
it
tape up
four
their
ounce
fist.
gloves then? I think
Yeah,
it's 4 ounce or 8 ounce gloves in MMA. They're a lot smaller.
yeah,
Boxing can sometimes be 16 ounce gloves. I mean, it could be way more ounces in the gloves.
yeah. So I don't really know, but I guess some people just are a little more resilient.
I think too, her after her two losses, I think that played a huge role in her retiring from MMA. Like
Yeah,
she didn't really handle it well when she lost.
yeah. I can understand that.
Barbara saying she also heard Mad Dog Buzz Story would take payments and not train the wrestlers. She believes he ripped off the Undertaker.
I've heard that too. So I don't think we mentioned Buzz.
Were you a fan of Buzz Sawyer?
Yeah, I thought Buzz was a hell of a worker. I worked with Buzz many times.
Didn't he once throw you out of the ring violently, or no?
Yes, he did.
He did. Okay. Did you
Hmm.
know he was going to do it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he's just worked a little stiff, a little snug.
yeah, but it was fine. That's how Buzz had to work. But it wasn't stiff. He was solid. There's a difference.
Right. He did rip off the Undertaker. Undertaker's talked about that story. Not, I don't know, not the smartest thing to do, but obviously he ripped off a few guys in
Yeah,
his time.
yeah, sure did.
ATF said, should there be a tag team called Hardcastle and McCormick or BJ and the Bear?
Why not?
You
Name
like
them
both?
both.
Oh,
Sure, name
both.
them
Okay.
both. Yeah, find four guys and name them both.
Roger's saying that's his goatee. His goatee reaches his belly button, so it's a long goatee. I kind of thought so. I like it.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like it.
Cool.
He also said, Dr. Tom, when I was a kid, my mom called the police when Valentine broke Strongbow's leg and the EMS took 30 minutes to arrive. Was that a normal thing?
When your mom called the cops when Valentine broke Strongwell's leg?
Because it was taking EMS too long to get there.
Hmm. I don't know if it was a normal thing where you lived, but when we called the EMS, they got right there in an instant.
I love the kayfabe part of that, though. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like they thought that was legit. Thought it was real.
Yeah, well, it was real. It was real then, damn it.
Have you ever had Thanksgiving dinner with Cornette? What does he like to eat that day?
No, I've never had Thanksgiving dinner with Jimmy. Um, we've had dinner on a couple of occasions over at the house and places, but no, I never had Thanksgiving dinner.
Have you ever been to parts unknown?
Many times.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Larry L, possibly Larry Legend, says if Trump were to appoint a wrestling czar to make wrestling great again, who would you suggest?
That's a great question. Um, I don't know. That's a really good question. That's something I have to think about.
Would you ever think about maybe Hogan filling the the bill? He's pretty tight with Trump.
A wrestling czar.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Sure. Say
Nice.
Hogan. Yeah.
All right. Nice. Bo is back. He says, "Hey Tom, Lemuel said he sent you an invite to his Tyson fight party. Cheryl is going to have a fish fry and cornhole tournament, also 6 p.m. at his place. Lemuel and Cheryl.
Sorry about that, but I won't be there.
Wow, turning down the invitation.
Turning down the invitation. Yeah.
Wow, damn." Frank Nordquist. I like the color guard drills performed by Jim Duggan's 4x4 at Survivor Series 1989. Those guys move like a well oiled machine. I love it.
Okay.
When you look at the old school Survivor Series, I love them. I go back and I'll watch a lot of the old ones. I love Survivor Series 88 for whatever reason. Just absolutely love that one. But I don't know. I love the old school Survivor Series. I think that they were great. I
Okay.
think they were the best.
Well, we'll
So
see. I think the best is yet to come.
that quartet, by the way, of the 4x4 team, Duggan, Bret Hart, Ronnie Garvin, and the mighty Hercules doing that color guard drill there, that little tandem that they had with the 4x4s.
Hmm.
Gotta love it.
Great.
Old school wrestling.
Yeah.
Craig says, "Do you think the Survivor Series matches make some wrestlers seem weak because they get pinned only after a short amount of time in the ring?"
Not necessarily because there's only so much time you have, and so I mean, you have somebody's got to get beat, and sometimes got to be after a short time, so you can get everybody in there.
I do kind of see his point though, because sometimes the match will be shorter, and obviously the guys got to come in and out, and they would probably kick out normally in a normal match, but since Survivor Series, you got to kind of do quick finishes.
Sure. What you got to do.
Sam says, "Hey, what's the topic? We're talking Survivor Series." Ibsen, was there anybody you trained recently who made the jump to WWE? I could think of two people.
Yeah, just those two people, Ivy Nile and Stacks. That's it.
Ivy Nile on the WWE main roster, and obviously Stax is in NXT with the Don himself, Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see who Tony D'Angelo beat last week on NXT?
I did not.
Oh, he beat Nunzio. Yes, Nunzio from ECW and
That
WWE
Nunzio was
fame.
part of the family.
But they had to do a little bit of respect, teaching the kid respect. But D'Angelo got the win, and they made up afterwards.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
What's the most important thing every trainer should teach? Selling, work rate, or excuse me, work punch, kayfabe.
Slowing down, being authentic. That's what you should teach. Listen, but slow down. Not everybody can throw a punch. Not everybody should throw a punch.
Really?
Yeah, really. If you throw a punch and there's not a mark on you that says you got a shitty punch, or you're the toughest son of a bitch in the world. So you watch, more guys are throwing forearms and elbows these days. There's still
Yep.
some punches, but if you think about it, really, there's more forearms and elbows being thrown.
Definitely. Do you think it's a lost art with the punches?
Yeah.
You see some real crappy ones when the
Yes, you
people do.
do. Yeah.
Barbara, by the way, says she's very impressed with Ivy Nile, future champion.
Yeah, she's going to be a future champion. I think so too.
Roger wants to know, or he wants me to ask you, if you prefer to travel with midget wrestlers because he has more room in the car. Dr. Tom, is that true?
I don't believe that to be true. We just had Eric Smalls travel with us to the airport the other day, and there was still, right in the middle of us. We still didn't have enough room.
Somebody was saying, damn, I don't remember who it was, that you can't call them midget wrestlers anymore. Is that a fact?
I don't know if you can or can't.
Oh, Like, what would you call them?
By their name.
No, but if you were promoting, like, hey, we have midget wrestling, like, wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
small people, little people.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there a Thanksgiving tradition that Doctor Tom grew up with that he still does to this day?
Yeah, but it's a secret.
Damn it! Do
Yeah,
you eat? Do you always eat the turkey? Or are you a big turkey guy?
I am a big turkey guy. I like turkey.
My family's big on getting the ham. You know, like the heavenly ham. They always have both.
My wife likes the ham over
Yeah,
the turkey, but I like the turkey.
turkey kind of makes you tired, though, right? It's got that tryptophan.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yep, definitely makes you tired. Ibsen says Haku should have a Survivor Series match by himself against 5 people, and he will win easily.
Oh, he said he will easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe so.
Have you seen Haku's new movie that is out?
No.
The Unbreakable Bunch, starring Glacier, Ray Lloyd, Ernest the
Right.
Cat Miller, Haku, Larry Zabisco, surprise appearances by Stan the Lariat Hansen, DDP, Anna Jay from AEW. So interesting movie. I watched it recently. Very entertaining.
What's it on?
I got it on Amazon Prime.
Well, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's kind of like a I guess you'd say like a John Carpenter '80s movie meets wrestling, and these wrestlers have to basically kill these aliens. It's interesting. You'll
Very
like it.
nice.
All the guys in it. I feel like Larry Zabisco steals the show. Great actor.
Great actor, that Larry. Yeah.
Without even trying, I feel like he's just
My favorite actor is Barney Rubble.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I, but I feel like Larry's just being Larry. You know what I mean? Like if the cameras were off, he'd be the same guy.
Yeah.
I love it. Magazine said Terry Taylor said he resented being eliminated so quickly at Survivor Series 1989. He attributes the quick squash to his reluctance to immediately embrace the Red Rooster gimmick.
Well, that's a possibility. Just think possibility. I can understand that too.
Kind of crazy. Red Rooster, just, I don't know, the thought of that gimmick.
What?
Like,
Thought of the gimmick what?
what the hell is he's the Red Rooster? It's such a bad gimmick. Like, why can't he just be Terry Taylor? Like, that was so bad.
Because he was a Red Rooster.
Like, Vince was like, ha ha, you're the cock of the walk. Ha ha ha. Like, Red Rooster, like, ugh, terrible.
Yeah.
That was
I
never
could think
going
of a
on.
lot worse.
I don't know about that. Maybe Zip, maybe, but I don't know. Red Rooster's pretty bad. Hey, he was in Survivor Series '88 main event though with that horrible gimmick. So
Here you go.
yeah. When you're being sneaky, do you play the James Bond theme song or the Mission Impossible theme song?
I think I'm Mission Impossible.
Oh, I thought you would go Bond. I would definitely say Bond.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what Captain Lou Albano was a captain in? And they said half pints.
Possible.
Frank says little people wrestlers seems the most PC thing you can call them.
See?
Murphy, hello to Murphy. What's going on,
Murphy.
Murphy? Hey, were the Moondogs housebroken?
Barely. Yeah, the Moondogs were barely housebroken.
He's really hitting home run with all these jokes here. Who hatched the plan for the Red Rooster? Definitely Vince.
Hmm.
Murphy wants to know what would you have done if they made you the Red Rooster?
Probably the same thing Terry Taylor did. Ride it till it dropped.
Turkey and wine are a dangerous combination for a lot of people. When I eat turkey, I don't drink if I'm driving that night.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know if it was a turkey that made you tired as much as it's that alcohol.
Yeah. Yep. Ibsen, interesting question here. How was Dink towards you? Was he cool?
Dink was fine.
Was he cool, though?
Of course he was cool. How could Dink not be cool?
Yeah, it's true. Who
Yeah.
was the gobbledygooker? Do you remember?
Hector Guerrero.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you like his dancing?
Did I like Hector's dancing as a turkey? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, his gobbledygooker. Yeah, that little dance that he did.
Yeah, that was awesome. That made Survivor Series for me. That was awesome.
That's so funny that if you listen to Undertaker talk about that, he was like praying to himself that he's not in the egg. Like, please don't be in the egg, because they brought him in as a surprise guy, and he knew that was just like the drizzling shit. Like, please don't do that, please. And
Yeah.
he's like, okay, I think I'm the Undertaker. I'm over here. Who's ever doing that? Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Did
everybody
the
felt
Red
that.
Rooster and the Gobbledygooker ever hook up?
I don't know. I wasn't around back then.
Scorch, I saw a list of Jewish pro wrestlers, and one of the most surprising names on the list was Kelly Kelly. I would have never guessed. Me neither.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected that.
What are your thoughts on Berserker John Nord?
I like John Nord. He's crazy in a good way. I mean, he's nuts, but I like him.
Is there a chance you would be an on screen character with JBL as a sidekick and he would call you Little Enos?
No. No, there's not a chance of that.
And if so, would you wear an oversized cowboy hat? But obviously, that would be a no, too, then.
That'd be a no, too.
Is this true? John was a car salesman? John Nord? Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Would you buy a car from him?
Of course I would. He never lied to me.
But he doesn't seem like that type.
What type?
Like a car salesman type. He's like this huge guy. He seems like he'd be like a car
Have you ever
mechanic.
talked to John Nord?
Oh yeah, I interviewed him
Okay,
before.
so you
Yeah,
know how he is. He jokes. He's
yeah. Oh,
congenial.
yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. That's what a salesman needs to be: congenial and outgoing, and
He just seems like he
occasionally
might be a little
humorous.
intimidating to be a car salesman. I don't know.
No, he'd calm you down. He'd make you laugh.
You know who else was a car salesman?
No,
Sylvester Turkai.
well then he would be intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah, not John Nord.
yeah. Nord's an awesome guy. Did you ever meet Bad News?
Yes,
Didn't you travel with him to
went to
Japan?
Japan with him too.
Yep.
Yeah,
How was Bad News?
Bad News was awesome. I think he was very misunderstood. Real nice guy.
Haku, salesman in Florida. That is true.
Yeah.
Barbara saying if you missed a payment, Nord would suplex you through the windshield.
Probably.
Nord also said Billy Jack Haynes was full of S and then blank and was never a drug runner for the cartel.
Don't know what to tell you about that either.
Hey, we questioned that here. I don't know about that either. The timing of some of the stuff that he was saying didn't jive. Like when the murder happened on the tracks, you could look up his history of where he was wrestling, and he was wrestling on the other side of the country for WWF, and it's like a lot of this stuff didn't add up, didn't line up. I love Billy Jack, but that wasn't lining up.
Well, maybe he just recollected differently.
Freddie Blassie sold cars as well. Interesting. ATF site, did you know Wendy Jo Scherber from Bosom Buddies actually died of breast cancer? That's sad irony.
Why, no, I didn't know that about Wendy Jo.
That is pretty ironic.
Because she starred in Bosom Buddies and actually died of breast cancer?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Fuji worked at a movie theater in 1997.
Yeah.
And then here we go. John Nord sold Paul Bearer a hearse.
Hmm.
That I believe.
I believe that too.
If wrestling didn't work out, did you ever consider becoming a weatherman?
Murphy, I know somebody's encouraging you to ask these stupid questions. I'm not
These
going to
seem
dignify that one with an answer.
they seem like Bo James type questions right now.
Yeah.
Talking about Lemuel and Cheryl, and
Mm-hmm.
but I love it. Great questions from Murphy. Uh, the modern day cowboy himself says, "I would buy a car from the Berserker and then take it to the Briscoe Brothers Auto Body Shop if anything
Oh,
happened to it."
that's what I would do. Yeah, buy one from Nord and take it to Briscoe. Have them fix it. Have Briscoe tell you what's wrong with it.
Didn't Buff become a stripper?
I don't know.
Wasn't the stripping before the business, and then after the business, he became a gigolo for a little bit? Wasn't that what happened?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
that timeline happened.
yeah, I believe that's how it happened.
Hmm.
But Dr. Tom, let's wind this bad boy up and head towards the finish here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Two Man Power Trip. You follow Dr. Tom at Dr. Tom Prichard. What is going on in the world of the JPWA, and where can everybody get your book?
Oh, you can get the book if you go to jpwrestlingacademy.com, click on the training tab at the top, and it'll bring you up to Amazon. You can find out all the information about the JP Wrestling Academy at jpwrestling.com. Check it out.
How do you get an autographed copy of the book?
Oh, you can email me at jpwrestlingacademy@gmail.com and tell me you want an autographed copy, and I'll let you know how to get one.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mitch. Dr. Tom Train the Rock, does he also get mobbed at Target? Oh, good question there.
Yeah, that'd be no.
Damn it. Matty R, your favorite there, Matty R. Always great. Thank you. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening. See you right back here next time for a little Take You to School with Dr. Tom Pritchard. We'll see you next week, folks.